Other interesting business news also in the automotive community, Ford is planning on increasing the price of their EV truck by nearly $10,000. This comes to us thanks to Michael Wayland over at CNBC. And they know specifically the new starting prices for the F-150 Lightning, which again is their electric truck, which, again, a truck that can't really tow more than 18 minutes or miles. I'm joking, by a little. I don't know how many people who actually want a truck will buy them. That being said, there are a lot of people who actually have trucks that live in the cities and don't actually tow them or use anything. So, again, perhaps that's the market share they're going after. Now, it looks like the new, the new prices for the F-150 Lightning will range from $54,995 for an entry-level Pro model to $92,995 for the Platinum Black trim. Now, they note that the price adjustments come as the EV companies attempt to balance the slower than expected consumer demand with profits. Because, again, they're losing money on these vehicles hand over fist. Ford has still not gotten to the point where they're making a profit. Ford overall is making a profit thanks to the internal combustion engine. That's going to be Ford Blue, the traditional Ford that you and I know. You know, the Ford Mustang, you got the Ford F-150 with the internal combustion engine. Those vehicles are very much profitable for the business. That's what keeps them growing and afloat. Now, the EV, granted, it's a newish division, only a couple years old. There's a lot of infrastructure upfront cost, but they're still losing money on I almost threw up my mouth a little bit, the Mustang E-Mach, which again is a bastardized EV SUV. They could have given it any other name, but they chose to drag what used to be their iconic name for the muscle car. Though you could debate that they did win the muscle car war because, again, it's the only pony that's still around. But still, they took that name, and now have fun being. I guess a lot of people will be confused. The Mustang, well, which one? Well, exactly. But nevertheless, according to the numbers, it looks like the models had previously started at, again, for the entry-level vehicle, so now it's $54,995. Before the dealer marks it up by, what, 50, 60, 75 grand? There was one dealer who marked up a Ford F-150 Lightning by 100 grand, and one that did it by 150 grand. Keep in mind, you also got to pay sales tax on top of that. That is, I can't help but think the person perhaps buying it is inebriated. Perhaps they did drink from Bud Light. That, to me, that'd be the only logical explanation of spending like 200 grand for an electric pickup truck. But nevertheless, some people actually paid that. They didn't just list it for sale. People bought it, astonishingly enough. Now, again, the entry-level vehicle used to be $49,995 for the electric pickup truck. Now it's $54,995. And then the fancy Banana Wild Falcon used to trim, it looks like that used to be $97,995. They note that the prices of the Platinum and Platinum Black models, again, marketing, a little confusing to the customer. So it's a Platinum, but it's a Platinum Black. Is it Platinum Black, Banana Falcon, Double Banana? I don't know. At what point do you stop? But nevertheless, they know, again, the prices of the Platinum and Platinum Black models with additional technology and luxury amenities were lowered actually by $5,000 and $7,000 respectively. So it looks like they're mainly focusing on the entry level. Because again, I'm sure they're losing, well, I'm not sure. They are losing money on those, especially the entry level vehicles. No, this is hilarious. The asterisks and the fine print are always important, folks. Usually, good rule of thumb is the smaller the print, the more important it is. They note that the price changes exclude a mandatory $2,095 destination fee. And as well, of course, there are also federal and local incentives for purchasing an electric vehicle and taxes. Now, they note that the F-150 Lightning is one of a limited number of vehicles that will maintain the $7,500 federal tax credit in accordance with more stringent requirements for the assembly and materials for the electric vehicles and their battery packs that started January 1st, 2024. Now, Ford spokesman said, quote, "The F-150 Lightning is America's best-selling electric pickup for a record fourth quarter, and demand continues to grow. We are making adjustments to pricing, production, and trim packages to achieve the optimal mix of sales growth, profitability, and customer access to the IRA tax benefit," unquote. Excuse me. For New York Minute, I thought they said IRS tax benefit, but they're saying IRA tax benefit. Now, again, they know in terms of the sales breakdown, sales of F-150 Lightning have continually increased in 2023. It looks like their monthly record of roughly 4,400 vehicles were sold in November. The company has only sold 20,365 of the trucks through the year up to November, a 54% increase from a year earlier. And again, we'll see their fiscal reports shortly. That'll be published, and we'll be able to dive in a little bit deeper. Yeah, interestingly enough, they're starting to jack up those pricings. I've seen one or two on the road, anecdotally speaking, and they look okay. But I really wonder. I mean, people buy an F-150 because, again, with the disclaimer, they do have recalls, of course. I mean, traditionally they're a pretty robust vehicle. It was the icon of the company. I know people who have a. I mean, they last for decades in some cases if you properly maintain them. And yet, I don't know. They're still the most reliable thing they make. The bar is moderately low, but still the most reliable thing they make. Making an EV is going to damage that reputation from a reliability standpoint. It's not going to last as long as you want it because, again, it's an EV. They're inherently disposable like a smartphone. We will someday have technology, I suspect, that'll make them more of a long-term usable product. But again, we're working with the materials, time, and technologies that we have at the current moment. So, as of this moment, still disposable toys, I would argue. So it'll be interesting. Excuse me. Interesting to see as we continue to see people are always paying a premium for being an early adopter. It's with everything from thermoses to trucks to cars. People always pay a premium to be the first, and then slowly but surely the adoption rate usually decreases or increases depending on how you play the price. And I mean, they must be pretty confident that they're raising the price that people will continue to purchase it at the same or greater rate. And it'll be interesting to see, will Ford actually make a profit on the EV division in 2024? Because they have been losing billions, setting up the huge initial investments, the infrastructure, investing in the technology, hiring the engineering resources. So it'll be interesting. So they are increasing the price, which for me is yet another reason not to buy them. They also only have 2 pedals, so not too much fun if it's not a manual transmission to me. Let me know in the comments, would you ever buy an F-150 Lightning? And if so, how would you tow something? Or do you just not tow and you just appreciate the truck bed and the extra space and perhaps the safety of having a bigger vehicle? As usual, be fascinated to hear what you have to say. Thank you everyone for taking the time to tune in today. Again, I'm trying to get to 4,000 subscribers by the end of January, so if you click that button, I greatly appreciate it. Also, leaving a comment is a great way to give me some additional feedback and how I can improve the show, make it better and better. Lastly, don't forget to take time to tell your family, tell your friends, tell your coworkers, heck, tell your enemies, tell anyone and everyone. Just stay safe and fight the good fight.